So the last thing I did was just apply the paragraph styles to the last few paragraphs. And what happened was it added some extra space, and now, as you can see in the frame, there's overset text in the text frame because you can't see the rest of this last paragraph, but that's just because my table is not formatted and it looks huge right now. It's supposed to be really petite, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that. If I zoom into my table, it looks like I turned the last paragraph return into a cell, so a row of cells actually. So I'm going to highlight that and then use my right click or control click, pull up my context menu and just delete that row, delete row, there we go. But then I also need to throw another return in there to give it some breathing space. And then also there's a space here that's not supposed to be there, so I'm going to delete that extra return. And then also this is only 2 lines where I have 3 lines, so that can easily be fixed with local formatting. If you select that paragraph, then you can go to the control panel, character formatting options, and then there's something called tracking, and if you just go -10, it'll tighten up the letter space so that it pulls in that little last word there that was falling down to the next line. And so now if I zoom out, I shouldn't have any overset text anymore, and I don't. So that's great. Didn't even have to do too much. I'm still going to make this table a little bit shorter too, because right now some of the words are returning down when they should be on the same line. So in order to do that, I need to grab my type tool, because anytime you edit your table, you have to have the type tool. And then I'm just going to hover over that column and adjust it so that there's enough space for all the words to, all the words in each cell to stay on one line. And then I'm going to shorten this again and just adjust like so. And then after that, I'm going to select those columns, the weeks, right click or control click it, and then distribute columns evenly. That looks better. I'm also going to center the text because I think all of those are centered. And then I also have to turn 8 weeks over on its side. See, rotate. And then now there's not enough room for it, so I have to make that column bigger, like so. That looks pretty good. And then I want to also center the weeks within the cell, so that's this align center option, so it centers within the cell. And then now I just need to go ahead and change the colors, add the white background inside the cells and the cell borders and the table borders. So in order to do that, I need to select my entire table by clicking on the corner, the top right corner, and then go up to my table options. Open up my table options, and on the main menu, the table setup menu, you can address the outer border of the entire table. So I want to make it 0.5 because that's what it looks like from the example, and it's also blue. I'm done with that one. Hit OK, and then I need to go into cell options, strokes and fills. So table, cell options, strokes and fills, and then also add the same stroke, 5.5 stroke, color blue, so that inside the table all the little strokes in between the cells will be also filled with the same blue with the same width. And then I want to also make the cell fill a different color because right now it's on none, so the purple background shows through. I want to make it paper colored so it's white, and then hit OK. Think that should do it. Looks pretty good to me. Oh yes, and then there's those glyphs. We have to find check marks. She said just browse for a glyph, and it took me a little while, but I happen to know where I can get a check mark glyph. But if you guys are searching, it could be really frustrating, so I'm just going to tell you. When you pull up your glyphs panel, it's under types and tables glyphs. I found a check mark on, let's see, I found a check mark from 2 fonts, Monotype and also